The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Austin's got it left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Stafford. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Stafford. DeMarcus Lawrence able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. So Prescott. The Cowboys now with a first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it second and 12. They go to Elliott again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. And on third down, a nickel formation here in defense. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now it's all to Wally. Able to avoid him at the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 31 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Set, 180.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well. Now a carry for Blount. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time? And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. Looking deep in the direction of Cook. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after here coming up. Extra point safely through, and the lead will swell by one more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Stafford here coming off his pick-6. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. From the gun, Stafford. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. Carson Wentz, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. They'll run it with Olawale. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you. And a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first. Well, Prescott here to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that touchdown catch, Charles, it breaks the single-game record for receiving touchdowns.
And what a perfect match. A quarterback who loves to throw it and a receiver who knows how to go out and get them. A brand-new record established today, and all these fans who are on that side are going to go home happy.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here come the Lions now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Just Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Looking to throw. Prescott. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing here. Prescott. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that passing touchdown gives him the record for the most in a single game. We have seen a historic performance here in this one.
And the word that comes to mind for me, partner, is relentless. This guy today has been relentless in going after this record. And what an accomplishment for the new single-game record.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One last throw here for Stanford. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. One foot throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Cowboys, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.